skink, a link.
AeroGauge, developed by Locomotive Co. Limited and published by Ski Entertainment in 1998, it's a racing game with a twist. Futuristic vehicles from the future.
No other game would ever think of something as cool as that. Well, except F-Zero and Wipeout, Hyperblade, Cyberspeed, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, maybe. Mario Kart. This isn't my controller, this is Dante! Hi, Dante!
But unlike all those imposter games, you can actually fly in this one, which adds a whole new dimension to the game. A third-dimensional dimension, in fact.
Extreme close-up! Whoa! Extreme close-up! Whoa!
Alright, diving right in, we have a few options. Grand Prix, Versus Mode, Single Match, Time Attack, and Options. So I'm feeling confident, maybe overconfident even, and thus choosing Grand Prix. Now I got to choose a racing ship car thing. Ew, it has this weird pie-shaped efficiency gauge. Oh, that's why it's called AeroGauge.
I mean, maybe not, but more importantly, who cares?
I guess because I'm boring, I'll choose the Interceptor. It's also like maximum fast, which will in no way come back to bite me. Ow, 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 ow. What the ow, 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 and ow. Maybe if I start over and think about this rationally. Okay, let's start. For the Grand Prix, it is a 4-course circuit, and before each track is a qualification round. The plus side is that you get a nice preview of each track, but the downside is it's boring and tedious. Instead of 4 races, you do 8 races on only 4 tracks. I know this is normal with other games that focus on realism, but now imagine if that were the case for something like, say, Mario Kart. Rainbow Road would never end. Whee! What the heck? I flew that qualification perfectly, and I'm only in 2nd place?
That's it! AeroGauge, 0 out of 10, do not buy.
I mean, never mind. Let's just start the race. Grumble, grumble, 2nd place starting, grumble, grumble. Wait, why does everyone start way faster than me? Is there some sort of boost I don't know about? Ugh. Because of that, I ended up in a bad placement. Okay, let's try again. Maybe it's like a Mario Kart thing where you have to press the A button at a given time to boost. No? Okay, how about tapping A as fast as possible? Let me see, no. Then what is it?
And it's not even outlined in the manual. I mean, I don't have the manual anymore, but I found a PDF online and it doesn't mention anything about a starting boost.
I swear, I've tried everything. Absolutely everything. Even as a kid with hours and hours of time put into this game, I still couldn't figure it out. There has to be something I'm missing. Some way I can find it out.
Huh. Who would have guessed?
What does that mean?
Oh, Simba!
So now that I know how to boost at the start, oh my god, it's so much better. I'm actually qualifying in 1st and 2nd place consistently. Hooray! But I'm still having issues reaching 1st place, which is bad. So how do I rectify that? Turns out there is another boost.
Oh boy, and this is quite the doozy too.
First you have to go into a drift and you have to turn, and then let go of the accelerator and drift and then quickly press them again. If you do it right, you should be able to boost for a short time.
It's a convoluted mess, but hey, it's at least outlined in the manual. Wait, I don't have the manual.
Even when I know I'm doing it right, I think, it only goes off like 20% at a time. And then it's also unpredictable enough that attempting it might send you careening into a wall or something. It's super frustrating. I mean, think about another racer on the N64. Mario Kart 64, I think it's called. For starters, all the start boost is that you press A at the proper time. And a drift boost is just drifting and letting go at the appropriate time. But the alternative in AeroGauge just isn't really an option. You either get good at this weird boost or don't use it. And without it, you're likely to never catch up with the NPC cars. Ever. So now that I'm decently adequate with racing, let's go over some of the other things like the racetracks themselves. There's a canyon, a watery beach without a beach mostly, a futuristic Chinatown, and an even more futuristic canyon city thing.
4 tracks. When you play this game, you only play 4 tracks. Okay, guess what? I'm actually exaggerating a little bit because there are 2 bonus tracks you can unlock. Just go back to Mario Kart, please.
Look at all these tracks, there's 16 of them! And that's not even including the mirror mode. And how many tracks do you get without unlocking them? Roughly all of them. What is this malarkey of only having 4 tracks available? And unlocking these bonus tracks is a nightmare unto itself, because you gotta go into the options and change the difficulties? Wait, what? You mean I've been racing on beginner the whole time?
Now, why is that only accessible from the options menu? Why not say, have the difficulty options at the beginning of the Grand Prix, like a normal game would?
Instead, you have to be good enough and be actually interested enough to want to up the challenge of this game in order to seek out whether or not the option to increase the difficulty exists, which I find hard to believe. Even on the easiest difficulty, the gameplay is hard enough to make changing it to a harder difficulty unlikely. But anyway, the tracks themselves I feel are pretty well designed. Lots of turns, ups and downs, tunnels where you have to ride the walls, sharp turns, gentle turns, more sharp turns again. And visuals of each track is pretty good and diverse as well, making each level have its own feel and personality to them. Hey look, whale. But look at all the background stuff, there's just so much to look at. I mean, except for the fog that makes each course look like Choco Mountain because of low draw distance issues. The cars themselves are interesting to look at and each have their own stats and require a different strategy to maneuver. And even the manual shows a colorful cast of characters who supposedly drive each car. But if I knew that the Hornet was driven by this cutie, I would have chosen her. You know what I'm saying? Because she has cats! And believe it or not, there are actually 5 other cars to unlock.
But I am Dominator!
Including an N64 controller.
Oh man, I've been working all day trying to come up with a new racer for this game, and if I don't get it done by tomorrow, Mr. Johnson's gonna have my hide. Sorry, kiddo, I can't play with you right now, but actually, wait, that gives me a great idea.
Yeah, this N64 controller is pretty much the best thing ever. It's fast, has good controls, it's a controller. Moving on. The music is good. It's upbeat and catchy and becomes faster on the final lap, which injects a shot of pure adrenaline into you. It's pretty damn satisfying. But overall, I would have to say that AeroGauge is fun, yet too difficult to actually have fun while playing it. It has so much going for it, but there's enough weird choices that detract from it that you end up having a sour time playing. The controls are good, but the NPCs are too tough. The tracks are pretty good, but there's only 6 of them if you're lucky. The music is good, but you won't play the game long enough to really care. I just feel kind of bad about this. The game had potential. It's moderately fun, but now the only reason to ever play it is if you're nostalgic like I am, or you've never heard of this game and are curious to play it. When you finish the game, you sit through the credits, but do you really feel satisfied? Does the race feel like it was worth your time and effort? Was it fun enough?
I mean, what else can I really say?